guys, it's Arch of the Reef Bazaar, and today we are going to be installing Octo Classic 150S. So, as you guys might already know, I like to try out all the products myself before I actually start carrying them, because we only want to carry stuff that is proven, that we like, and that we can support ourselves. So, that being said, is the skimmer itself. It's the Reef Octo Classic 150S. Here are all the rating information, the footprint, etc, etc. This will be going on my water box, 100.3. And so prior to this, we were using the Octo Essence skimmer on this. That seemed to work incredibly well. And just want to try a new skimmer so we can decide if this is something we want to carry as well or no. So let's start unpacking and see how this goes. Alright, so the box is open, and let's see what all we have here. We have the little support paper to contact Coral View, and some guidelines, part checklist. So we are using the 150S, so the water height is 7.9 to 8.7 inches. This skimmer is rated for anywhere from 65 gallons to 150 gallons, 65 being very heavy load, and 150 gallons being quite light load. So on my water box, it should work quite well. Now there you go, some setup instructions in case you guys want to read them. But let's see what we have. Okay, we have this guy. And Reef Octo AQ2000S skimmer pump. Seems like the body might be pre-assembled, but we'll find out. Although there's not really much to a body anyway, but okay, that's probably to connect the pipes. That's the bubble plate. And oh, dang it, I need two hands for this, huh? Let's see if we can do this with one hand. Okay. Okay. I like that this is a nice and big collection cup. So one of the slight issues that I had with the previous Essence skimmer is that the collection cup was a bit on the smaller side. So I was cleaning it basically every week, which I suppose is what you're supposed to do anyway. But I'm lazy, so this large cup will definitely help. That's the lid for the cup. Let's put that aside. And here's the body. Nice. I'm sure there's some tape underneath it. Yep. Alright, so once the pipes are in, you can see all the things, everything is marked, so you can adjust your skimmer properly. And yeah, it's a pretty nice and small body. Feels good. Alright, let's put the thing together. So right off the bat, there is something I miss. So if you guys have seen the Reef Essence video that I've made putting it together, you saw that there were nice clips on the side, so it made taking the skimmer apart extremely easy. This one, unfortunately, does not have those clips. These are the typical thumb screws that you would find on basically every other skimmer body. Not the end of the world, but I definitely would have preferred the clips if they had them. But we'll continue. Alright, another thing I noticed is it doesn't seem like there's anything on the bottom plate for the pump to attach to. I mean, it does have those nice silicone feet, and so does the pump, so you won't have any vibration issues. But I really liked on the Reef Essence that I had earlier that the pump would basically slide in and it would stay in place. This one, I'm assuming, will just stay in place based on the weight itself. This is a really heavy pump, and by having all the connections between all these pipes and the bubble plate, so that should probably keep it in place. But just, you know, one of those small things that I miss from Reef Essence. And it does have the hole on the bottom, so you can get the wire for your pump out in a nice and clean way, which is nice. And alright, we will continue. So unlike the Essence, I do have to look at this diagram over here just because there's so many darn pieces. The Essence was quite self-explanatory, but you know, I mean, this is also a bit cheaper skimmer, and I mean, it doesn't really matter all these things. Like, you know, once everything's set up, it's not like you'll be fiddling with them every day. So, you know, I mean, as long as it performs well, I suppose that's what matters. And, right, so based on the diagram, this goes on top. And that's where our bubble plate will basically go. It's definitely a lot easier to put the bubble plate on this guy than the Essence. That was a bit of a pain, but again, one of those one-time things, really. So just push this all the way in. That's good. And yeah, I guess it will stay with that. Alright, let me continue with the install, and let's see what else we got. Okay, I think we got the hard part done. I'm not gonna lie, guys, this was a bit of a pain because the pump is not really secured on the inside, so it took a little bit of finagling to get this guy in. But again, like I said, it's just like the initial setup, and maybe, like, you know, whenever you guys clean a skimmer, I assume once every 6 months. I don't really see anybody cleaning the skimmers too often. So yeah, I mean, it's nice and tight. It's, this is basically what's going to be keeping your pump in place, it seems, because this is a very, very tight fit. And yeah, I mean, just giving my honest feedback over here, I really wish this had some of those easy features of the Reef Essence, but aside from that, I mean, it does feel really well built. I mean, you can look at the thickness of acrylic. It's really, of course, it's not going to focus now, but it's a very nice and thick acrylic. So, you know, again, I have no issues, no concerns picking it up and dropping it. Should be fine, minus some of my dog fur. Well, my dog's dog fur. So yeah, okay, we'll finish up the setup on this. Alright, almost all done. So we have the side piece in here to adjust the water height. And guys, this is something you're gonna love. To take the cup out, it literally just pulls up. There is nothing to finagle with. Like, you don't have to twist to open, you don't have to do unscrew anything. This is probably the easiest skimmer I have seen to take the cup off. This is freaking awesome. Another thing that kind of irked me a little bit is, so this right here, the airline pipe. Why the heck is this so damn long? I don't understand. Actually, never mind. Maybe if I was reading the directions properly, seems like there's a silencer on top. So, alright, let me take that off and see what needs to be done. Okay, I'm definitely a bit confused because according to this picture over here, the white silencer piece should come out, but there's no way in hell this is coming out unless I really put all my strength into it, and I don't want to break this. So, but here's the funny thing, see? On here in the picture, it shows that the silencer is supposed to have 2 holes and 2 pipes coming down, but in this one, there's only 1 pipe, and it seems like the airline is not actually going into the pipe. And in the picture over here, the airline just goes up. And I highly doubt you'll be able to see, but there is basically just 1 pipe through the pipe. I mean, just 1 hole on top. So I don't think the airline is actually going to go in there. There is no physical way I can put the airline in that. But based on this picture, I guess it doesn't need to be in there. So that's what we are going to do. We are just going to put the airline up the tube. Alrighty, so it looks like that's all set. I pushed this hose in as far as I could just make sure that it doesn't crimp on the inside when you're pushing it in, so as not to restrict the airflow. I do wish there was some way you could see where exactly the hose is. I mean, this red pipe definitely looks great, but just these minor things, you know, like would have been nice if they just had like some sort of clear section to see how far the tube is, to make sure there are no crinks in it, so on and so forth. And one more thing I realized, the cup as I had put it initially was not all the way in. It actually has to push in because there is this small O-ring or gasket that basically really holds it in place, so you can lift the whole thing up. So taking the cup off is not going to be as easy as I had initially thought. So definitely quite a bit different than the Essence that we had. Again, Essence was a more expensive skimmer, so definitely I can see why and how it has more high-end, easy to use aspects to it. But you know, would have been nice if you could have some of those in here as well. With the gasket, it's not too hard to take off. You know, you just kind of twist it and it comes off. But still, compared to the Essence, so far I'm missing my Essence. So, but let's see how it performs. I mean, like I said, I definitely love the huge cup because this is going to help me avoid having to clean this every single week. I can probably go for 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, depending on how much it takes out, and that might work. And to adjust the water level, this is super easy. Just turn it, let me focus. Just turn it and you'll be on your min and max. And seems like the airline is not too tight, so it's not going to restrict you from turning, which is nice. That was one of the concerns I had. By looking at the picture, it seemed a little tight, but let's see. It's good. Let's install it, see it in action, and see how it performs over time. Alright, so the skimmer is in. Right now it's running on the max setting. It's really easy to turn if I want to, and that will bring the water up. Let's see. The skimmer itself is, the pump itself in the skimmer is super quiet. I don't really hear anything from the air hissing sound either, which is very nice. So I guess the silencer is working. Obviously the skimmer is going to have a couple of week break-in period, I would assume, just like any other skimmer. And we'll see how it does, but I mean, so far the bubbles seem really nice. Just bubbling all the way from the bottom, from the bubble plate really, which is nice. So, yeah. And the clear filter is working great. I don't know if you guys just heard that little buzzing sound. That was the filter rotating, bringing in the more clean roll so the water passes through. So this thing is kick-ass, guys. I believe they are on sale right now, so if you haven't already, definitely check them out. I've been running this thing for, I think, like 5 months now, and this just saves me so much time because I just have so much going on. You know, this thing helps me avoid having to do one more thing, that is change filter socks every single week or every few days. But coming back to skimmer, it seems like it's working great. I'll keep adjusting it over the next couple of weeks, and we'll see how it does. Alright. So, yeah, that's it for the skimmer install. I will keep you guys posted. Again, all the reviews that I post are going to be honest reviews, because if I don't like it, I'm not going to carry it. And if you guys want me to review anything else, just let me know. I will do my best. I'm not getting sponsored by any of these companies. I'm buying these on my own dime and reviewing these. So, you know, obviously can't review very expensive products right away. But over time, you know, we'll try to cover as many products as we can for both you guys as well as for us, to help us determine which products we want to bring in, which ones we want to stay away from. The install, I will say, was a little rough on the skimmer, just because I guess I was spoiled by the Reef Essence skimmer that we tried earlier. But that being said, this is a cheaper skimmer. I mean, that's like comparing a Porsche with a Honda. You know, I mean, they're both great cars. One comes at a premium, other one doesn't. They're both reliable, and people who own them, they both love them. It all depends, you know, how much you want to spend on a piece of filtration. And as long as it works, which based on the reviews, I think it should. We'll find out in a couple of weeks. You know, I mean, a few minor inconveniences is not the end of the world. So, yeah, I will keep you guys posted, and stay tuned.